I've got the zebra blinds. Have you heard of the zebra blinds?
Oh yeah.
So
cool.
they're cool. They're not. They do what they're supposed to do. I just thought I would use it more.
Is this your term coming up with the zebra
No,
blind?
that's their term. That's a
Technical term.
technical term. And by the way, zebras apparently are not horses. I thought they were horses.
It's not the same family.
We're not striped horses.
They're not striped horses. I thought they were. I went to the zoo.
Zooz makes quality smart home devices you can depend on.
Sure does.
They are pioneers in the Z-Wave industry that you can always turn to for the latest Z-Wave tech. In fact, most of their product line has been already updated to Z-Wave long range. Zooz believes the best value in smart home comes from devices that pull double, triple, or even quadruple duty, like the Zooz Q sensor that detects motion, temperature, humidity, and luminosity all in one. They even have their own smart home hub, the Z-Box hub.
Yeah, they do.
For automating your Z-Wave devices, you can order the Z-Box hub alone or in a value pack, such as the Z-Box Smart Flood Protection Kit that includes the Z-Box hub, the Titan valve controller, and 2 Zooz leak detectors at a discounted price. You can find this value pack and all the best prices on Zooz smart home products at thesmartesthouse.com.
Anyway, thank you, Zooz, for your sponsorship. Making this. Oh, thanks, Zooz. Making this happen. Yeah, this is awesome. This isn't a
Start from the top.
This isn't a technical You didn't like the intro to the show? Okay, we've got to read. I'll start again if you want to.
I don't. No. We're going to continue on with the news. I got some great news for you guys today.
Thank you, Zooz, for your sponsorship. Friend has got some great news for us. What do you got for us?
So Arrow, that makes the great routers, mesh networks.
On Amazon.
All right. Well, they're good.
Eero?
Eero? You would say Eero? Sure.
There's no A in there.
Yeah, you're right. Eero has a outdoor wireless. It's the Outdoor 7. It's got up to 15,000 square foot of speeds of up to 2.1 gigabytes. Gigabits? Sure. Vince, you've got it.
I feel like you've been drinking this morning.
You have what, the Orbi?
Oh, not anymore, but I did have one before.
Your Wi-Fi goes outside. Tell us about it.
It does. So, well, I mean, it's just on the outside of the house. It's got, I think it's like 600 or 700 feet range. Works really good for especially out on the patio or on the deck if you're streaming music from speakers or things like that. But I am about to do what Brandon did here and run a Unify system, so I'll have it hardwired outside as well.
You sell all the range, but Eero, I feel like, is a very approachable brand.
Mm-hmm.
Off the shelf. Get this for $300.
I thought it was more than that. Was expensive.
I'm just saying the starter kit.
Yeah, the starter kit, but that was like.
But also, like,
always the outdoor ones are always more expensive. Just like the Unify itself, usually, or any company is like $300-$400.
It's got to be like waterproof and stuff.
Yeah.
The other nice thing with the outdoor Wi-Fi systems is cameras. So if you have a camera at the end of your property, facing back towards the house, or whatever, get a good signal. So.
Mm-hmm. Or if I'm mowing the lawn, or if you're a robot mower, that's actually better. But I don't.
When is the Yarbo going to be here?
They told me 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks. So
the day. So you're going to get home and you have a Yarbo waiting for you. It's beautiful.
Yet to receive tracking information on what it is going to be.
It's a surprise.
Great. It's going to be just showing up like, hey, and they're going to put it at the end of your driveway. So you have to unbox it down there and then drive it up the hill.
I have some good ideas in my head for this when it comes, especially in the winter here. I'm going to put the dock in the garage. I'm going to have automation set up to open the garage door so it can go out and in.
Nice.
I got, because I think the biggest concern that a lot of people have with it is it doesn't get on the charging plate if there's snow.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just going to eliminate that altogether.
The robot mower we have, the A1, that sometimes like hits it a little bit off and then it's like,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Screams for help.
Brandon gave me his robot mower to test out.
Give it to him.
You don't say to test out.
Yeah.
He gave it to me. I'm going to give it to Pete to test
He's
out.
owned it.
It is garbage.
And you just kept it.
It is terrible.
Okay. Well,
thank you for volunteering to give me a garbage.
It might work better for you. And
he's
like,
your ground isn't exactly level.
It's not about that. It's just the size. Like unless this one is Wi-Fi based, so unless you have some like set boundaries or like around your entire property, like It's never made it once. It's never made it back home once when it's left. The entire time that
Maybe it doesn't want to come back.
A ringing endorsement, right?
No, do not get the Landroid.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, good to know. Can't wait to try that one out. So,
If you have a smaller yard, it works fine. I'm sure it worked fine. Did it okay for you?
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
I mean, it's also a fenced-in backyard. So
It doesn't count. Like,
I mean, we had it in the front yard. I guess it didn't go into the neighbor's yard, so that's
but it made it back home though.
feature.
Okay, so
most of the time. Most couple of times where it's like,
there's a couple times I had to go search for it. Like it wasn't on the base, and it's been a day or two, and I had to like go wander, try to figure it out. But yeah,
Well, that sounds great. I can't wait. What's your
I can't wait for you to have it either. You'd be like swearing at it the whole time. So my news is the Acoustics. It's a British audio specialist company. They're coming out with a E300A, which is a ceiling mounted amplifier with Alexa built in. So you can connect up to 2 or 4 speakers, and then you can do basically whole home audio, like with Amazon, like basically Amazon Echo. If you ever use that function in your Amazon Echo where you do like multiple room audio, like with music, like that. No, I don't like to dance. You just don't really have not very happy about life.
My son just brings he unplugs his Echo and moves it to whatever room he's in.
Yeah. So it's been the company's been around for a few years, but basically it looks like a second generation Echo Dot on the front side. But yeah, it's capable of powering 2 or 4 Q acoustic in ceiling or in wall speakers. It has Wi-Fi on board, and it's compatible with the Amazon multi-room audio, Apple AirPlay 2, and then Tidal Connect and Spotify Connect. So it's kind of like this wireless system where you can have whole home audio.
nice.
All right, very cool.
We have a lot of the Echo devices, but I'm trying to move away from them over to Sonos. Really like Sonos.
I love their app.
Yeah, Sonos is cool.
This app, right?
They're getting a new app. That was news.
When that happens,
Someday.
We have the Sonos Move, and you can like take that outside and stuff too.
can you move it?
Yeah. As the name might imply.
Oh, I didn't know if it was like move, like as in like dance or.
Oh no, it's like got a battery and stuff in it, right? That's the one.
You pick it up, you can Bluetooth to it, so
Nice.
slick.
Pop that in your golf cart and
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
If you have a golf cart.
no, I walk.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
Clearly, I don't walk.
I could attach to I have a push cart though. I could attach to the push cart. Anyways,
My brother has one of those the golf ones where it follows him, like the
I totally want those. I've seen those. I want to drive.
battery powered bag follower things. It's got a little sensor on his waistband. And
Yeah,
it follows
you around. It's like having a caddy that you want to.
Yeah.
Does it ever get like too close when he's like teeing off?
No, it usually keeps a pretty good distance.
Yeah, somehow
Like,
when you
go
turn,
off
it stops when you like turn around or something. Well,
It has a
it will go off a cliff if you go off a cliff.
yeah.
And it's follows you.
It has a remote control too, so if you want to drive it by hand or manually, you can do that too.
Does it have
But they're like super expensive. They're like a couple
That's-
grand or something. What's that?
Does it have a spot on the map like my car does in parking lots so you can send it to the waypoint?
There are carts that you can do this.
Yes, you can do
set
stuff
it.
like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I
But
feel like we saw something like that at CES. It was really annoying.
Yeah.
Like, they're just getting in the way because it was so crowded. It was like, hey, it's the following thing. It's
because you don't
It's
care about
pretty crowded.
Yes,
It
does.
COVID years.
it. Does I'm okay with being stopped for something related to golf. So, all right, my news item is that ChatGPT has announced the greatest smart home device. Their pick for the greatest smart home device in the United States.
Ooh.
What do you think it is?
Zooz light switch.
good.
That's a great choice. I don't know why they wouldn't pick a Zooz device. Do you have any guesses? It's the Amazon Echo 4th generation is the greatest smart, and I disagree. ChatGPT has failed us.
Disagree.
Right. I don't know. I'm like, come on, man. I just was like, what's the greatest?
Haven't they seen the Titan valve? Like that thing is a
That
beast.
thing's a beast. It works.
For the Z-Box.
It works every time. But yeah, I don't know. It seemed like kind of a weak answer after we did our AI episode last time, and I was like, well, let's just see what AI has to say about what's their pick for the best smart home device, and they went with
Probably if you were, it probably based it off of like number of units sold versus anything
Oh, I'm sure.
else.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sure, like articles written about it. or
You just like Google search, like
reviews too on Amazon.
Yeah. So ChatGPT has failed us. His opinion stinks. And that's it for the news. That is it for the news. Moving on to our main topic today, we are talking about smart blinds. And Vince, you're going to be our smart blind expert today.
Yeah.
This conversation. So
I have every single
blind in the universe.
every single window blind in my house is a smart blind. So
Nice. What brand? He has 2 windows.
so the company is called Select Blinds. That's where you get all the fabrics and stuff like that. But they use motion motors inside of them. So they're tubular roller shade blinds. And then I have 3 blinds that are too small. Like they have to be a specific size in order to use the motor blinds. But for those, I have a motor that sits at the bottom it runs the chain through for the roller blinds. So
And same.
and those are all Zemu Smart. No, those are Zemu Smart. So which is the Chinese company that runs off of Smart Life.
Oh,
I mean, they were just cheaper. Like there's another brand out there called like Rise, RYSE, but they are so expensive. It's like $300 for this little motor that runs the thing. It's just unbelievably expensive. But
awesome. Well, I've got Lutron on the south side of our house. It's our primary system. And then I added power shades in the theater because it integrates with Control 4. Basically, it's always down. But then SmartWaves reached out at some point and offered to do some collaboration. So some of our spare bedrooms have the SmartWaves shades. And that one you install yourself. So trial by fire on that one. Couple hiccups, but got her there.
I like the SmartWaves, man.
Good quality product for
cheaper
price. Yeah.
I thought
half the cost of Lutron.
right.
Yeah.
I think they look nice. I thought they were super easy to install. I mean, I did a video and it was like 6 minutes to like literally from the time I removed it to be able to it was just super easy and
So they
slick.
had like one room where it was really wide and it got like a little folded when it went up and down, but they replaced it right away. And then also like that one was kind of a pain to install because it was like 3 brackets instead of 2.
Well, that's
Get it all lined up.
50% more time it might take.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the first one I did, I thought that it would go like over the thing. I ended up putting it too high.
So user error. It's
Yeah.
okay.
So that one was user error. So, but also I would say like measuring wise, you should probably go a little wider because it should go like over. There's like a tiny bit of trim that you can see, and it really bothers me.
Well, it depends if you're mounting it on the outside or on the inside too.
I like the inside mount more, but we already had like regular blinds.
Oh,
And instead of like removing them, I was like, just put the blackout
There you go.
Right? Then we get best of both worlds, right?
Right. I think so. There's there are like a bunch of different kinds of like smart blinds too. So like you have like the roller blinds with like the smart motor. Then you have curtain blinds, like if you have like the curtain rods, like kind of those retrofit ones. Obviously the cord motor blinds. They have those wand retrofit motors where I think SwitchBot has them, where it literally just twists them. It doesn't open it up and down, but it'll just like basically open and close them.
iBlinds, I think. iBlinds does that.
Yeah. Yep. They also have like those retrofit like track blind motors too. So like those track ones where you put the little thing and it slides through a track.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about? Like the panel ones, those Roman shade panels. SwitchBot also has a motor for those. And then the vertical blind motors where it's like the full vertical blinds, like the wooden ones or plastic ones. They have motors, big motors for those ones as well. So there's a lot of different options out there for a bunch of different types of blinds too.
My favorite is like in luxury homes, they actually put it like up into the ceiling. And then like the whole wall is like glass. It's just so cool looking.
I feel like if I were to build a home, I feel like I would automatically run power to every single window. Like,
Oh yeah, because margin could be in it,
yeah,
especially if you have those really high windows.
but like ones like that too, like where like those vertical blind motors tend to be a little more powerful, and so takes a little bit like have to run power to them. So
Yeah, makes sense. And do it when you're building because then
I would say my 2 things are Cat 6 and
refresher
and power to every window, especially.
that's a good pre-wire right there.
Yeah.
I would even do like speakers and stuff. But so we talked about smart wings. We've tried that.
Mhm.
And Lutron, what other brands are you seeing out there that are?
Yeah, so you have like another like kind of premium brand is like Hunter Douglas.
Oh yeah,
And we saw them when we went to Cedia.
it's like that light behind.
Yeah, they had some cool new features. We can talk about unique features as we get to more onto the show, but other brands like Yolex, which is popular on Amazon. It's another like kind of like Smart Wings, where it's like a cheaper, more affordable option. Revolver, which is a more, I feel like they're tend to be a little cheaper, but you can get them at most like home improvement stores like Home Depot or Lowe's or things like that.
So
they're available.
Those Lutron as well now.
Do they? Okay.
Can you do it yourself, Lutron? Like,
No, I think it's like
you can. You have to order though.
okay.
Like Hunter Douglas, for example, you have to buy from a
Hunter Douglas, you can't install yourself, right?
right. You can't order online. You have to buy from a dealer.
Yeah. Lutron you can definitely self-install, but I think if you buy it through Home Depot, maybe they're trying to do the install for you.
Probably.
It's part of like their service thing.
And then like the other brands that are popular out there are IKEA, like their motor blinds as well. The only downside to them is
Do they always comfy motors?
I think so, but they only come in certain sizes. I think they have like 8 sizes total.
Sure.
And so they're not custom, so you have to fit within the realm of what they have. And like I said, I got mine from Select Blinds.
Standard sizes then.
Yeah, standard sizes like mine was like 36 and then 42 and then all this other stuff. But
I went with budget blinds.
budget blinds.
But the guy was trying to upsell me that like every window needed to be smart, and I was like, I don't think this house really needs an automated blind.
Yeah. I mean, depends. I mean,
It's like, yeah, it does.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly cases where it makes sense, but cost-wise, I think it was like to have it installed like anywhere from like 600 to 1,000 per window, so it kind of adds up.
Yeah, big thing is going to be cost. Like I think when like Select Blinds is the site that I went through, and you can select different types of motors that you want to use. I think even like Select Blinds or anywhere else, most of those places it just doesn't come down to like different fabrics and like styles and things like that. A lot of the internal stuff is all the same. Like the motors that they're using are all
I just swap out the radio.
Correct.
Your Z-Wave, your Zigbee, HomeKit.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really like HomeKit has to be its own one.
But yeah, Eve, like through Motion, Eve has their own Matter motors that they use as well. But yeah, you can get anything RF, just regular RF, Zigbee, Z-Wave, Wi-Fi. They pretty much come in every.
You probably wouldn't want to use Wi-Fi because it seems like that would use a lot of battery power.
Yeah, and they use typically that one's like hardwired ones.
Okay.
So
we'd see like maybe a Bluetooth to a Wi-Fi adapter, but then that would be.
And some have both. Like there's like the motion blind motors that I have both RF signals, and it has like a Bluetooth or a Zigbee profile in them or protocols in them.
So do you use? You've got all your windows. You're not hardwired? I'm assuming, right?
Nope. And I was able. Not all of them right now, not yet, but I have most of them hooked up to like a solar panel as well. So they're all battery operated, but I have solar panels that they basically just stick right on the window.
Have you found that is enough you never have to charge them?
I still have to charge them, but you can go much longer periods of time, like probably like it's usually 6 to 8 months.
I suppose it depends what side of the house too.
It also depends on how often you're using them for automations, and I use mine for quite a bit. So someone that doesn't really use them necessarily every single day, you could probably go a year and a half without having to do anything. But if you're using them
for our Lutron, we have batteries. It's those big D batteries.
Yeah.
It's really easy to access them and stuff, so not a big deal. But it was 5 years, and then I just changed them all out. So it wasn't bad.
It lasted 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years. And they were
crazy
up and down at least once or twice a day. So
wow. Oh, interesting.
Pretty pleased with that.
I feel like it's probably depends on, again, how long the run is too. Like the motors themselves are only, like 2.5 feet long. So if you have a really long window, like a run that's like 80 inches, or it's going to work harder than it is if it's their short runs. So
I think they have more, like with Lutron at least, I think they have more batteries, and it's just like,
right.
Like the chain of D batteries just keeps going. It's obscene when you have to replace it, though. It's like,
it's like how I feel when I have to replace my pathway loads with a ring, like going by like, I don't know, like 40 D batteries.
Exactly. They're like, it's the only thing that uses them.
Yes.
Why would I have a D battery?
Nope, I only use them for that. So all the ones I have built-in batteries in them, so that works pretty good. I haven't really had running into any issues with that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people complain about that, but like my windows are facing the sun, so I have the solar panels. I have had them 6 months now. I've not had a charge. I mean, they're still very charged up, and so I haven't had an issue with that. But
I feel like it just depends on like you're saying, like the blinds that are facing like the sun, like those ones I don't have to like worry about. But there's other ones that are a little like blocked by trees, so they're not getting as much solar out of those. But
yes, so charging them doesn't seem like it'd be that much of a hassle. But I don't have any that are like 2 stories up. That I had like my sister's house. They've got a window that's,
Yeah, if it's super high up, like you got to do something. At minimum, have a remote, but ideally like app control.
But to replace the battery, I'm saying to replace the batteries, like you got to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the ladder. Are you kidding me? No, we're not gonna.
Yeah, whenever possible, hardwire, and then
right.
I guess second choice would be solar.
Yeah.
I suppose if that dies, there's like.
I guess it's staying shut.
Permanent. Hopefully, it's shut and not just
right.
open. I guess that'd be the better of the two.
Yes, that's the way it's going to be until we move. So
it's like our power shades in our theaters is always down.
Right.
It's just it matched the color to the wall. Like people are like, "Oh, you didn't even realize there's a window there." Okay,
mission accomplished. Right.
I think like what it really comes down to, with even just smart blinds in general, is just going to come down to cost. Like it's a wide, very like it's like. From a couple $100 a blind up to, like who knows, like up to $1,500 a blind. Just depends on what brand it is.
Yeah, the brand, and then like what cloth you pick and all that stuff. As anything, the sky's the limit here with design. I mean, you can get into some high-end Lutron stuff for a Crestron and that, and even like the outdoor shades. They make those like crazy cool ones, right? Like it's waterproof and will automatically go up and stuff. Good for our state bird, the mosquito. Keep them out.
That's so true.
Nice. Well, what are some special features you've seen then?
Well, like you were talking about the one at CEDIA with Hunter Douglas, where they have it's actually a single motor, but it has dual, like where it'll have a blackout shade and then it'll have light filtering all in one motor. So they're able to engineer it so it just works off of one motor. But then they also have like an LED strip with like was it like almost like a reflective film off like the inside of it. So this LED light would turn on and then it would illuminate this entire thing. So even though your blinds are shut and it might be nighttime, your windows were still illuminated, like there was like almost like a light or soft light coming through, which is really cool.
Basements, like a full basement where you're not getting like walkout light, and then maybe an office if you work odd times, like international or something, and you want to have that simulated bright light.
Right.
That could be a good fit. So that's kind of unique. It's like, although I do think you could like recreate it for like way cheap.
Yeah, so like we were sitting there, I was like, I could do this. So,
it was just like it was like LED strip.
Like this probably costs like I don't know an extra like $700. I'm like, I could do this really easily. Obviously, the hard part is getting like running power like to LED strips too in there. But But I've told you guys I'm gonna attempt it. I'll try to figure out if I can make something that's similar, if it'll turn out.
The LEDs like fall or they get caught up in there. We'll see how this goes.
I would say that's like my one issue that I've had with mine is these little antennas that hang off of the motor and they like get caught and run up in the middle. I've had to solder them back on several times.
He had no shame in telling the manufacturer.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. No, we were
crap.
He's like, Brandon and I just slowly wander away.
I was like, why do you guys have such a problem with these?
He at the bar.
Thank you. This was after a few for me. No, it's good. And then like any other unique features is they have like mostly smart blinds, or these companies have like outdoor and indoor. So if you have like a 3-season porch or 2-season porch, gazebo, things like that, you can run or have automate your like almost like an awning or screens to be able to do that as well. So those are cool too.
Yeah, sunshade would be cool. So
like sunshades
outside. So I was at one thing. I got my smart wings. I've got the zebra blinds. Have you heard of the zebra blinds?
Oh yeah.
So
cool.
They're cool. They're not. They do what they're supposed to do. I just thought I would use it more.
What is zebra blind?
So a zebra blind basically it has cloth and then a section of empty, and then you can, because then there's a sheet of paper. All right, so demonstrating this is gonna be great for the people listening. So it's got like spaces, right? It's got spaces, and then
it'll roll.
It's on a roll. They're back to back. So then the like shade like this, so you can like adjust the amount of space.
Oh, like so how much sunlight gets through?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like a cool idea.
Is this your term coming up with a zebra
No,
blind?
that's their term. That's
Technical term.
technical term. And by the way, zebras apparently are not horses. I thought they were horses.
It's not the same family.
We're not striped horses.
They're not striped horses. I thought they were. I went to the zoo.
Were they black with white stripes or white with black stripes?
That's a great question. They're more brownish, to be honest. Brown with white stripes. But anyways, the zebra, I just don't use the zebra feature. Like I either open it or close it. So it's just like, I thought I'd use the zebra feature and I just don't. So it seems like,
The problem is you need to set up automations that use it so you don't have to.
Right, but even with the automations though, I can't figure out. I was like, I thought I'd use that, but I'm like, I would either just want it up or down. I can't figure out a reason why I would only want.
And I get it synced with the angle of the sun, so you're just getting the optimal amount of light.
Yeah.
And
I just did this automation actually over the weekend where I was like, there's this blueprint that someone else created on Home Assistant, and you're able to. It takes into calculations of where the sun is in the sky, how far inside of the home that you want to like block the sunlight, and based on the time of day or where the sun is, it'll lower the blinds a little bit every time to make sure that as the sun goes down, it'll cover it so that you still get natural sunlight coming in, but you don't have to like worry about getting sun in your eyes and things like that. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a pretty cool feature. The only nuance is if you have other automations that set up with it, you have to build it all into one blueprint. But like there's other automations like time of day automations. Obviously it's most common. So, open at, I don't know, sunrise and close at sunset or whatever.
we've talked about mine with the Ecobee.
Yes.
And then layering that with also like occupancies too, so that I'm not like getting changed and then all of a sudden my blinds go up and the neighbors can see everything. So that's been a fun one. And then I had another one that we tested when Pete was at Hubitat, actually. It was like a luminosity detector. And then a smart plug for the TV, so that if there was glare where the TV was, then the blinds would go down automatically. But
I have that one.
There's over-automated things, and the video never made it to live day. So it's
really? I've done that one where I have actually using the Zooz outdoor a motion sensor, which also calculates lumens, and I have that on the backside of my house. And if it's between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. and these lumens go above a certain level, and I turn the TV on, then the blinds will close. So it won't close every time, but only if it's it's super smart, super light out.
That's actually interesting. We didn't have when we set it up at your house, we didn't have it outside. We had the luminance sensor inside, but having it outside actually makes.
And that's their brand new sensor they just came out with in the last month.
Does it? So you haven't had it. I have a Philips, a Hue one, and it burns their battery like crazy. Oh, the outdoor one, it's like insane. And I stopped using it just because like I don't want to keep changing.
I had
the
one
battery.
that I mounted on the side of a tree for like when people like came in, because I'd have like colored lights on, but my dog literally jumped up on the tree and took it off the tree and destroyed it. So. Nice. It's gone now.
Higher up.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty high, but
big dog.
He's a big dog. And then the other automations I do is like temperature automations, like you were saying with Ecobee, where if the temperature in a room in the middle of the summer is getting hot and the sun's beating down, it'll shut the blinds and turn fans on. So and help with that stuff too. Do you guys have any other automations that you use with your blinds besides those?
Pretty much sums it up.
Well, button controllers though. I use button controllers a lot for that. One of the cool ones is we've got these little shades on the side of our bay window in the kitchen, and at a certain time of year, the sun shines right in the eye of my one son. Right? It's like just his spot on the table is like it's just.
You have 9 seats at your table.
We don't. They just naturally gravitate toward. That's where he always goes. So I put a little button underneath is mounted to the table underneath. It's a flick. Yeah, it's a flick button. So
awesome.
So he can just press that button because it's not something you can automate because you're not out. You don't know what time we eat dinner, and it's like But so he sits down, sun's in his eyes, boop button.
That's hilarious.
Down.
I love your under
I love. Yeah, you feel like a
about
super
Like,
genius.
it's that 007
Yeah, totally. I feel
type
like
of feel.
Do that with like the
Dark
Lutron too.
Yeah.
Actually, so one thing I like about Lutron is that I can use it with our lighting and it blends in on the wall.
Mhm.
Just like, I'll go over there. And then we have like the Echo Hub and that can control everything. Never use it. Ever. We install that thing. I mean, I walk by and I'm like, oh, nice. Picture of our dead dog and the weather. You know, this is great.
You just look at it and cry, apparently.
Exactly. Didn't remind us. But yeah, like as far as going up to it and controlling the shades and stuff, it's like, well, how do I do that? I can use my mouth hole, or I can use the buttons that are literally just directly underneath it.
That's true.
Less steps. I feel that way about like Crestron too. Like people have the Crestron pads, like
Yeah.
control and stuff, but like
You
you're probably just gonna hit the button that's right there.
And the only other automations that I have that I use is like theater modes,
Right.
where
Yep.
when I turns the TV on and shuts all the blinds. And then the other one I use is for like I have roller shade blinds on my patio and deck doors. So I have my door that's set up with my dog that automatically the door opens. So whenever the door opens and the contact sensors open, the blinds automatically open.
Smart. So, you know, he's big.
Yeah, you just push right through it.
Push right through it.
But it works on the deck one too. That isn't automatic. So if you're outside and the blinds close, you open it up, so you don't have to try to like reach around to pull the wand. It'll automatically open for you. You have to wait a few seconds, but
That's pretty neat.
so those are like probably the most common automations that I have with smart blinds. I feel like smart blinds are like my favorite smart home, one of my favorite smart home devices, just because there's just so much usage and versatility to kind of do a lot of different things with it.
Yeah, every house I build from here on out will have smart lighting and shades.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Have it. Once you have it, you're just like, oh.
Why didn't I have it? Especially for me, like for our shades behind our couch, before I had a smart shade there, you literally had to stand on the couch to like
Yeah.
pull down it was a bad choice in our part of what we got. Yeah, literally had to stand on the couch to pull down the blinds.
It's like so satisfying too to watch them all go at the exact same time. It's like, yeah.
I agree. I do. But yeah, lots of automations set up with that. But then the cool thing about is even if you don't have smart blinds, like currently, look to see what you're currently using. Like if you have roller shades, but they're not smart, a lot of times if they're tubular versions, you can buy retrofit kits and save a lot of money and just basically smartify what you already have. So you don't have to go and spend an extra
That's a good idea.
$500-$600 a blind. Like you can retrofit what you have for $100.
What if you just have bed sheets tacked to the wall above?
Real classy.
I don't think you can automate that.
Oh, okay, all right, just checking.
I mean, that brings up a good point though. That like most people don't just randomly change out their blinds. It's like, well, the house had it.
Right.
So you're doing a major renovation or you just moved in. It's kind of like whatever is there is there.
Or your kids destroy the ones that you had, like those, the wand ones. Those are the ones you just get destroyed.
In that case, you're probably just going cheap again. So
Right. But like again, you can retrofit those ones, like with the wand ones. You can take off the piece that for the roller blinds. Just you can put a motor in there. There's lots of kind of like tips and tricks that you can do to save some money.
yeah, the switch spot stuff is pretty neat with the tilt thing and then the curtains that close. I had a friend that had both in the same room, and I was like, oh, we got to do the automation. So we made it with the button. It's just so painfully slow though. Like we had to like speed the video up because the audience retention is going to drop to 0 here. Like I don't want to wait 3 minutes for this thing to get like.
Well, they have like that new like the SwitchBot ones has that function where it's called like silent mode or whatever. So it's moving, but you won't hear it because it's moving so slowly.
Oh, it already moves so just can't imagine
Siri
moving any slower. It makes sense though because if it went fast, it'd probably just bad things would happen. More opportunity for problems to occur.
Yeah. The other thing you can do too is even let's say a lot of times people will already have like motor blinds on like that they're using, but they're not necessarily like smart. They're just using like an RF sense or an RF remote or whatever. You can use existing like RF blinds with like things like Bond or even SwitchBot has an RF sensor in it or Broadlink, and you can basically make your motorized blinds smart or connected. So you can do those type of different automations, things like that. I actually use Bond for all of my blinds currently. Yeah. Bond. He doesn't use Bond, does he? He's a Broadlink guy.
Oh, I think he had Bond before, and now he's all Team Broadlink.
Okay. I have
It's
actually.
all about the RF lifestyle.
Yeah. I mean, even like SwitchBot, like using their hub, it has a built-in RF, and they came out with a brand new remote too. So you can, it has like a smart remote for all the RF stuff.
Do they have a wall control yet? Or did that just be that glued to your wall?
Yeah, that's just good. Well, I know that ZemiSmart has these little panels, but they're all built for like the European electrical boxes. So we're not cool yet with those. We have to make our own dashboards with tablets.
Again, that's why I like Lutron. And the Picos, and you can program them. They look so nice on the wall.
I mean, you can still program, like I have the Zooz button ones, and you can, because it goes right into SmartThings. Bond is compatible with SmartThings, and so you can use those controls as well.
Nice on the wall. I approve of that. Even like fans, where like people get the remote for their fan, and they either lose the remote or it's like just always mounted by a switch. Just looks so tacky.
I agree.
That.
All right. Well, thank you. That was good. That was good. Hopefully, you guys all are gonna go buy tens of thousands of dollars worth of blinds right now.
Do you have any affiliate links for those?
We'll find one.
Have like a smart wings if like,
I do. Yeah.
Might even be a discount code. I don't know.
Maybe we can. So yeah. Thanks for watching today. Thanks for supporting us and supporting Zooz, our sponsor. They're great. Again, great button controllers for your blinds if you wanna set that up.
Those outdoor motion sensors got lumens too. So
yep.
There we go.
So very good stuff. So thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next time.